Right, so I think we might as well just carry on the theme of absolute ridiculousness, and we'll go for the snake. Yeah, we'll now go for the snake. We'll commit, tie the snake, finish. Well, and then I'm going to tie a hopper. I'm going to tie a pulling hopper, just so I can redeem some of my finesse.
Redeem your reputation.
So I'm going to go with some black thread, just because I don't really need the sort of red thread on this.
You've got some tinsel on your bottom there, Tom.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Whoever cleans in here is not going to be very happy up the front. Right, so that's in. So obviously we're going to be doing 2 hooks. So the back hook, I'd use a short shank special. With the snakes, I tend to fish short shank special, and then I'll always cut the front hook off. I've not got anything to cut the front hook off. I've not got anything to cut the front hook off with, so I will leave it on for this evening. So I'm going to tie an olive version. The reason I'm going to tie an olive version is because there's a fly that we use a lot at Draycote, which is an olive barred snake. So this is some olive zonka strips. Again, it's got the black tips. She's really not going to be happy with this now. It's molting everywhere. So I'm just going to tie it in as a full length, and then we'll cut it as need be. Oh, my days.
Is that's rabbit, is it?
Yeah. So just put some black thread on. So obviously with the snake you need some braid. So this is just some braid I happen to have lying around, and probably if I was going to buy some specifically at the time I'd probably go a little bit thicker, but to be honest you tend not to get the rabbit snap or anything, so this is just £15 Strennan Super Specialist, whatever that is. Some Barb Langle gave it to me, I was quite thankful for it. So I'll thread the braid through the eye, and then just pull it through, so it's going to sit at the back there, and then try and keep it out of the way as much as I can, and then we're just looking to whip it on to the hook. Again, you're definitely going to want to put some super glue on this just to hold it in. Do anyone actually tie snakes here, or do they just all buy them?
Yeah.
I prefer meat to the rabbit cover.
I always found it difficult to tie them on size 20.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big... I tied some because I wanted...
not really a river fly.
I tied some because I wanted some with yellow eyes, but to be honest, I'm not a big tyer of snakes, I'm a big buyer of snakes. So just part the fur kind of there, exposing the centre. Leave yourself a little bit hanging off the back, just so it's got a little bit of, and then again try and keep it on the top, and just do 3 or 4 nice tight turns over the back of the right, there we go. Fold it back again, keeping the braid out of the way, up towards the eye. So at this point I'd put some super glue on and then I'd glue it down, but I don't have any, and I'm not going to bother wasting varnish to do it because it will just make it all a bit varnishy. So again, same thing again, part of the fur away, exposing the skin. Just gonna saliva for this job. Right, there we go. Hold that out of the way. And then just same again. Three or four nice tight turns of thread. Now this is where it gets really fun. We're going to try and put a finish around here. Big old loop. Pass everything through. Ugh, this is so hot fun. Two.
I find it easier by hand because you've got so much brown material you get around.
We'll power through. Right. One more. Come on, keep going. This is why it's so much easier to buy them. I think I'll stick to my dry flies in future. Right. So, there we go. To be fair, that's the hard bit done. The front bit's pretty easy. So like I say, I'd put some varnish on that, and that'd be, or some super glue, and that's the back bit sort of tied off. So we'll just put that down there. I'll go with a black kind of size 10 comp heavy. You can go for a longer hook because you cut it off, but this is just what I've got to hand. So this is going to be a Booby Snake. I'm going to put some booby eyes on it. So a bit of black thread on again. So I quite like them short, so about 5 centimetres. So I'm going to go for about there. Yeah, so about there. So
That's 5 centimetres from where to where then?
I'm looking at the sort of the back hook to the front really.
Yeah,
It's just a rough kind of guess.
yeah,
About there.
yeah.
It's kind of where I want it to be. So bring the braid up to sort of where I'm going to want it. It does stretch a bit when you're tying it in. So about there. And then just trim this a little bit. And then nice tight turns again, keeping the braid on the top. Okay. So now we want to try and keep the braid tight when we're tying the rabbit in. So that's the. So you pull the skin a bit out there, I reckon. Is that right? About there.
So the skin stretches when it gets wet, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, you can tie these onto braided loop. Sort of. So it's braids.
I tend to have the skin slightly shorter than the braid, so once it gets wet, it then tensions up. Otherwise, you put all the strain on the skin instead of the braid.
That'll do. Not
What's it supposed to replicate?
Sort of small bait fish, really.
Is it just a fish then?
Yeah, just a sort of small,
Roach and stuff like that.
yeah, roach.
Really?
The olive one's quite good for your perch.
Treat it more like a pipe than snakes.
It's too much.
Yeah, you see those big, but I think it. I don't think skin, I must get some.
First fish I caught on a olive snake, the fish was 4 foot below the bone. And he chucked it over and it just took it.
Yeah. What colour was it?
Olive. What, olive?
Right. So that's that there. So I'm going to put some booby eyes on. So I'm just going to trim this skin. Sort of probably there, I reckon. Because I've got to get the booby eyes on the front. I'll trim it again once I've finished. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to put some gold flash underneath it. So this is just angel hair, gold flash again from Angling Water Shot. Don't want loads, kind of 4 or 5 strands. About the length of the snake. So just go in front of the, no, I've done it forward. In front of the rabbit, turn it over, and then pinch and loop, just draw that, trying to keep it somewhere in the middle. It's a little bit difficult with all this sort of stuff in the way. So once it's under there, sweep it out of the way, and there we go. So just going to put a bit of olive dubbing under this bit of the body. This is just a sort of spiky SLF squirrel mix. It's just that one. It's just an olive SLF squirrel olive. So just put a bit of this on. I'm going to brush it out as well, just so it looks a bit leggy when we get towards the head, because I'll put a bit sort of just in front of behind the booby eyes. That'll be about enough room to get the booby eyes on. So let's pinch that down. So tight. And then just trim this away. How to blunt your best scissors. Right. And then just whip that down nice and tight. So what I'm going to do just behind there is just put a bit more of this sort of loosely dubbed, and then I'll brush this out once I've got the booby eyes on. So just behind there, and then like I say, that will all be pulled out and teased out in a minute with my trusty brush. So yellow booby eyes again. Again, spun up on the Dremel. These are the 6mm ones. What we should do. Bit of a whip finish in there, and then that's done. cut that off, and then we'll just try and tease some of this. Well, probably use the dubbing needle as well. Just go and find it. Honestly, this desk's quite tidy to what you can paint.
Right.
No, there we go. Cheers, Steve. Someone's paying attention. I don't know if this would make a difference, but it looks quite good in the water. And then that's the snake done. And I've just got enough time to tie a pulling hopper and redeem myself.
Gives us encouragement when we see somebody struggle top.
Do you not find at all using varnish with Booby eyes? It tends to dissolve them a bit.
I've never had it now.
No, that's why I tend to use super glue.
I would normally just use super glue, one because it makes them stick better.
Yeah.
But so that's my olive snake. I'm not going to put it in a flag plate. It doesn't warrant it.